Yo, man, it's Pods on Radio. We in the house for episode 77. I'm laughing already because this shit is hilarious. And I can already see the direction this is going. But before we get into this episode, I got to give a shout out to my wonderful sponsor. That is All In Strength and Fitness, and all the love and support that they show, you know, to your boy. That's 1495 North Hayden Road, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85257. Make sure you go out, show your love. You niggas, make sure you don't skip leg day. And you ladies, all you need to worry about is squats, because ain't nothing else even important. All right. But it is Possum Radio, man. And we back in the house right now for episode 77. And we about to have a good fucking time. We got a lady boss in the building, and we here to talk to her, you know, go through her life and kind of figure out everything about her. Very special, very beautiful lady. When I met her, she was on business. So she's a businesswoman. And this was back at the Arizona Hip Hop Christmas in like 2017. She needed that money, so I had to come give her that money. But Neveen The Queen, what's happening with you? How you doing? And welcome to Pods on Radio.
Thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
You know, I'm staying blessed. Had a long day. Baby moms be tripping and stuff like that sometimes, but all is well. All is well.
You got a baby mama?
Oh, I got two of them.
You got two baby mamas?
Two.
Congratulations. That's not a lot.
Yeah.
In 2019.
You know, I'm a wild boy, and I was born one, but that's a story for another day. All right, but
I'm trying so hard to focus right now.
Okay, yeah, they got it going on in the back, but it's all right. Ain't nothing. You can't see that on the camera. But all right, so talk to us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the people. What do you do? Where are you from? You know, give us the lowdown.
Why do I feel like I'm at a job interview right now?
You are.
Okay. A little about myself. Those questions always mess me up.
All right. You know what? Let's say this. What age were you when you lost your virginity?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking, because I was just talking to Dan G over here about how the wild
Shout out Dan G.
How the outspoken how the outspoken girls are always ones to be thought as the ones sleeping around. And I was always like, you know, the outspoken one, the wild one in the crew. And I was the only one not having sex. Hey. And all my girls.
That's not a shy moment.
I'm from Chicago, you know. I'm from
Keep going.
Get out of here. I'm from Chicago. And all my girls, you know, they're having sex at like 12, 13, 14. The shy ones especially. I personally...
Wait.
The shy ones were the ones...
Wait, was these the girls from the R. Kelly doc?
No, not... Hey, it's possible.
You know what?
It's so possible.
I'm sorry for that. That was an insensitive joke. We're going to erase that. All right, keep going.
So to answer your question, I lost my virginity. Oh.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
15.
What the fuck?
13.
You see what I'm saying? It's because we're outspoken and shit. No, 13. Not 15. I was 21.
Whoa! Not a shy moment again. How did that happen? So you was the 21-year-old virgin. Is it like a religion thing? Because I don't want to.
It's a Neveen thing. You know?
Did you give a hand job in high school? Or was there no sex at all? Was there hand jobs occurring?
Oh my God. Okay, so to answer...
Did you start off on first, second base, or was it something you didn't go up to bat until you hit a home run? Hold on, y'all. And I'm just breaking the ice for you. Welcome to Pods on Radio.
Okay, so I kissed a boy when I was 12 the first time.
Now that's regular. You trending upwards.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. But I didn't do anything sexually, I guess. You know what? My mom's gonna be watching this shit. I don't know.
You must have kissed a gay boy. And Mom, we just having fun right now. We getting straight to it. Don't even worry. You know, she's a wonderful woman.
Thank you. So yeah, so no, I wasn't like sexually active whatsoever.
And shout out Mom and Dad for that, because I guarantee, and we gonna joke around a lot, but this is for them. That's got to be a shy moment for them. You feel me? for taking care and making sure, whatever.
Don't give my mom's the credit though.
What?
Give me the credit, but it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, no, I wasn't doing any of that. I was more focused on, just to be honest with you, I had got my first job when I was 15 as a manager in Chicago. So I was more focused on making money at a very young age. I got my first apartment when I was 15.
Shine moment. Damn.
Saying like I got my first apartment when I was 15. I got my first management job when I was 15. I was hustling, trying to make that money, and like
Miss Independent in this
that
motherfucker.
wasn't like the focus. You know what I mean? Hold up real quick. Shut the fuck up.
All right. So before we get back to the bullshit, so how about, where are you from, city and state? Like, where was your come up as far as elementary, middle school, high school?
I was born in Kuwait, but I left Kuwait.
That's a shine moment.
And I went to Detroit, and then from Detroit I went to Chicago, and I was raised in Chicago. And I stayed till I was about 21, but I moved so frequently. I moved every 2 years.
Did you leave after or before the
after? But yeah, since age of
so that nigga drove you out the city. My nigga. All right. Nah, but okay, so you leave at 21.
But I started leaving when I was 12. The first time I moved away was when I was 12, and I would come visit Phoenix because I had family here from Chicago, and I would come to Phoenix, and my cousin was a DJ.
Yeah, family.
The Bomb Shelter DJs, and they were like a really well-known DJ crew.
Yo, man, shout out to Dan.
I can't focus. I can't answer questions. I can't focus.
If y'all hear anybody on the, and it's funny because you can't even see the nigga on camera, but you can hear him. But all right, so you go to you come back to Phoenix. What's the difference between Chicago and Phoenix at that time? And do you get to go to any specific schooling, or are you just back and forth?
I mean, I moved around back and forth, but I did go to a high school named Taft High School. It's known for their metal detectors and all the fights. It was a good school.
Did you get into any of those fights?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, you seem like a feisty motherfucker. Was you undefeated? You taking any L's out there? How'd that go for you? Pause on radio questions.
I did get into a few fist fights, and I did win. But that's not something. Here's the thing: the girl that I did get in a fight with, I felt bad right after I punched her. Like I felt terrible.
But she started it, right? You seem like a logical person.
Yeah. She was putting notes in my boyfriend's locker. So I asked her a few times, like, yo, stop talking.
Oh, you super feisty.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't mess with my man. Did you hear it?
Exactly. I told her, like, hey, he doesn't want this shit. Like, he doesn't want you. Stop putting notes in his locker. That's all I'm saying. And she said, I remember her name, Susan Bobo. Okay? Susan Bobo. She was a little, like feisty white girl too, and she just had like no fear. And I was like, all right, man. And she just kept doing it, and all my friends they're like, oh, Neveen, you're not gonna do anything about it, like peer pressure in high school.
Yeah.
And I was all like nervous. I'm like, I am. I'm like, I'm not afraid of it. I'll do something, I cannot. I have no focus. Should I put my headphones on?
No, you good without the headphones. We don't edit shit on Possum Radio. This podcast shit, so I'm gonna just let you know. We got Danzy in the back wilding the fuck out right now. But we back. We back to interview mode. As you were saying,
I lost complete focus. I can't even answer questions. Sorry. So let's make it the Dan G show. Cause Dan, you want to come up here?
Nah. Nah, y'all good. Don't even worry. It ain't even gonna be that bad when you turn it on. But anyways, all right. So I kind of want to Chicago specifically. I want to know about what was that like for you, and was it danger? Like, what part of Chicago were you from? Like, talk to me about that.
I lived on Foster and Cumberland by Harlem Avenue, and yeah, I mean. People don't know this, but I was very bad, I guess. My stepdad and my mom got remarried to my stepfather, and we didn't get along at all. And that shit, I never had a dad in my life at all, except for my uncles. But like to live with a man, all of a sudden this guy's like my dad or trying to act like my dad. I went fucking crazy. I saw him like he was hella abusive. to me, and then my mom, and to have some man you don't know just like start, hitting your mom and you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But I lost it. Like I started rebelling and stuff, and I just started going out to the, like out into the city, and I was 12 years old, like taking the bus, the train, another bus to like the worst parts of Chicago, and hanging out with like gangs. I don't even want to say the name of the gangs that we were hanging out with, but I got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, damn. And I want to touch on this just for a second, but you talked about not having a dad and being an entrepreneur like you are, and like what we're gonna touch on business, Humana. Do you ever feel like it's a disadvantage or maybe an advantage, growing up like that?
I mean, there's the pros and cons to not having a dad. I wish I would have had a dad because I feel like with moms, with my mom at least, I was so out of control. She couldn't really control me because, I wasn't living at home because of him. So I was a runaway and stuff. I did wish I had a father because I feel like a dad would help guide you, where you need to be and just kind of a little more strict and like bring you back on point. Whereas my mom was just like, whatever you want to do it. As long as it makes you happy, do it. I am happy for the way I grew up because I learned everything the hard way, with a lot of trial and error, and it just makes you stronger, especially when being 15 and having my own place and like not really having parents, no mom, no dad.
Shy moment again.
You know what I mean?
I wish I had a 15-year-old girlfriend when I was 15 with an apartment. I would have ran away too.
It was dope. It was like a basement apartment in Chicago.
But yeah, keep going.
Chi-town, man. You say Chi-City. But I mean, it makes you really strong, and I felt like I had to be that much stronger too. Going out into the field, just trying to figure myself out. And like when I was around other males, I put on this like, this persona, like I'm so strong because I didn't want them to, eat me up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a blessing and a curse for sure.
Okay. All right. And just a last question kind of on Chicago. You said you was hanging around gangs and stuff like that. Was there ever an instance where you maybe seen somebody get shot or y'all was getting shot at or any like losing friends, anything like that back then?
Yeah, that's crazy that you even asked that. So what had happened was I was hanging out with this is I've never told this story before.
Spots on Radio Shine Moment exclusive. So, we bring out the real.
That's crazy. I never talked about it. So I was hanging out with a really well-known gang back in the day. I was 12. I thought it was just cool. Like, oh, I'm so cool. I'm hanging out with this gang. I didn't realize it was a real fucking gang. One day we went in the car and they were driving. They did drive-by while I was in the car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was
kind of a shy moment though, but
scared
keep
as
going.
fuck. So I left. I ended up taking like, the bus, the train, and bus back to my house. And I literally just like, fuck, like, what am I going to do? I was like in my crib, just like
police coming.
hiding. And my mom was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, Mom, like, I drive-by. Like, we were in a drive-by. And like the next day, my mom's like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? The next day, that group of people that I was in a car with came looking for me because they're like, oh, no.
So you about to tell it. Get rid of everybody who's seen anything.
So they all came to my my apartment and they're like shouting up. We lived on the 3rd floor and they're like, where's Neveen? Where's Neveen? And my mom's like, I don't know. She doesn't live here. I don't know. And then at that moment, my mom was like, you got to get out of here. And she sent me
to Arizona. Shine moment. All right. But my question is, why were you in gangs hanging out and like, how are you not having sex, but you gang banging?
Good question. That's the thing. That question always comes up with me specifically. Like everybody thinks I'm just like, just going around. I was not the one sleeping around.
No, but you gang banging.
I did not. That was just fun. I was just hanging out. I was very hurt. I was a very hurt child.
Got you. Okay. I feel it.
And I was just trying to wild out and like, I was drinking and smoking and, just trying to be bad, I guess. I don't know. It made me feel better about myself just to be free and out there and not have any like rules placed on me. I was just rebelling. You know what I mean? Like,
were you into the Chicago music scene? Like, I mean, maybe not yourself, but were you like checking for it? Were you, big into it?
Absolutely. Not when I was young like that. to be real with you, the first time I came to visit Phoenix was when I was 12. And that's when I actually got introduced to music. Like, people shit on Phoenix. People shit on Arizona's music scene, but they have no idea the music scene is here in Arizona is so fucking dope on both sides, like the EDM side of it and the hip hop. And like musically, there's so many talented people out here. So I came to Phoenix and got involved in the like rave scene because my cousin was a well-known DJ, DJ Meal, the Bomb Shelter DJ, Z-Trip, and Radar. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This shit is dope.
Yeah.
I go back to Chicago and be like, yo, I went to this rave and there's these like really cool white people and they have piercings in their face. I was like, but the music was incredible. Like, it was just, it made me happy.
Yeah.
I've never felt happiness like that.
Wasn't
before.
the Molly?
The Molly was great. I have to see the bomb.
I'll fuck with you.
It was bomb fucking alive, but no, like, that's the first time I actually felt like, besides being a child, like genuine happiness.
Yeah.
You know, that's when my whole life changed because I was like so unhappy and just being so bad and thinking I was bad because I just wanted
getting
love.
death threats.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it all because of having a bad home life. So when I came to Phoenix and I got the experience that music scene, literally my whole life changed. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
What were you introduced to initially? Like you said, that's when you were introduced to music.
It was more like break beats and house music. And so the music in Phoenix, you know, I was younger, so that's when I fell in love with music. But I'd go back to Chicago, and then I started getting more involved in music. And then I met a DJ that's out there. His name is DJ Jess. One of the best house DJs I've ever listened to. He still produces music right now. And then when I started getting into the scene out there too, the house music out there, the underground like clubs out there, fucking sick. I went to this one club in Chicago, and there was this like private door. I can't even explain it to you. It's like a movie. Like, you go into this room, the music's it's dope, but all of a sudden like Jess like hits his door and like there's this like secret entrance. Yeah. And the energy that I felt from walking in that fucking place, I will never ever forget. Yeah. That's why they say, like, for me, Chicago energy is real. Yeah. Like, that energy will stay. That energy stays.
Let me know when y'all going back, man.
She's calling it Shy City. People in Chicago are gonna be like so obsessed. Shy Town. But that energy, that memory of what music and that like energy felt like will stay with me for the rest of my life. So I'm always looking for that. I always try to keep that within myself too. You know. In many situations, like when I'm around people, I want to always make sure the energy is good, or at least try, you know.
What got you to the music business aspect of things, or interested in that?
Well, again, with my cousin, DJ crew, the Bomb Shelter DJs, I was just having a good time and doing like, I was promoting and booking them wherever I could and just like letting everybody know like how awesome it was. Not realizing that this was a job, that I was doing a job, you know, like booking and promoting. So it started then. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
You kill me. It started then, and it just kind of, over the years, kind of just stuck with me. My father, my real father, was a musician. He played bass. He was a singer. Dope. I always had pictures of him when he was little, so I always felt like I was supposed to be in the industry. I don't know how to explain it. I think musicians or creatives know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
No, that 100% makes sense. All right. Well, who was the first artist that you managed?
The first artist that I managed, I would say, was my cousin Emil.
Okay. How did that turn out?
Radar. And Radar. They were just DJing at a bunch of raves. We were throwing like massive raves. They're fucking crazy. It went from like, 300 to like tens of thousands of people showing up. And, I started having connections in other states, and I would just book them. And it was just fun. It was like natural. It didn't even like feel like a job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I would say it started with them.
Got you. And was it something that was lucrative from the beginning?
I was figuring myself out. I've always been a manager. Every job that I've ever been hired in, starting at the age of 15.
You the boss. Shy moment then.
always been a manager, whether it was retail or whatever the job was. So it almost made sense at the time. Like, okay, I love music. I do management. I can multitask. I can, connect the dots very easily. So just kind of transitioned into that and made sense at the time.
Yeah. And dealing with men in business, is it tough? Like, does it get rough? Because I know you get the guys who just want to fuck you.
Everybody wants to fuck you.
No, everybody.
Yes.
No,
Want to fuck.
Everybody doesn't. Most of them, but not everybody.
First of all, that's a joke. But
you close though.
But the reason why I'm saying that is it's not just people in the music industry. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you might be right, regardless. But you're wrong still. But
so everybody in the music industry just wants that.
But those guys who do, is it something that you're able to use to? Is it something that you're able to use to your advantage, or does it turn you off?
I mean, it doesn't turn me off because it's just the name of the game, in the industry. I think a woman that is strong and has a lot of sex appeal that knows how to use it to her advantage is not a turn off, and it's not a bad thing. Now, the way you use it will say a lot about you. Like, how strong you are and how powerful you really are of a businesswoman, because you need to know where to draw the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta know.
Yeah. Has anybody ever crossed the line or made you feel really uncomfortable or anything? What did Dan G do to you?
Dan, do you want to tell him what you said?
Yo, I'm high as fuck.
Okay, so we'll exclude Dan G.
All right. Anybody ever do that to you though?
Yeah, I don't want to really put anybody on blast.
You ain't gotta say their names, but say their names.
I don't want to put any guys on blast because I feel like
I got a bad headline tomorrow.
I don't want to put anyone on blast. But yeah.
But it happens.
Yeah. It happens all the time. Yeah.
So you ain't gonna join the Me Too movement or nothing like that?
Absolutely not. I mean, see, that shit right there is touchy too. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I feel like a lot of women know. Never mind, I'm gonna take this back because it's gonna sound bad.
Say it.
I worry about men.
What does that mean?
I mean,
as a man, as a male representative,
I worry about you guys because you can do the slightest thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're dealing with somebody that's extremely sensitive, like for instance, right now you and I are having an interview.
Okay.
And the things that you're saying to me, you might say to another woman. All of a sudden, she's disrespected and feels like you sexually harassed her. That's how easily that could turn. I've seen my boys.
True. She's got a point.
This could be a Me Too moment right now. It just depends on the person. And that's why I say I worry about you men, because you just never fucking know.
That is true. But we can start turning the tie like Terry Crews. And I'm just playing.
No, but I do have some men, some men in the industry that are executives that have been in situations where they were innocently just having sex, just speaking sexually like we always do, just like jokingly. Yeah. And these two.
Ain't a lot you can do about that, though. You got to think,
but listen, though, because being an executive that's high powered like that, and you're working with a bunch of people that are trying to come up, and you're saying the things that you're saying to these girls, some of them take that and try to come up off of that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that happened to one of the execs that I work for. Like, she's saying some really fucked up shit. And I kept telling him, like, don't ever be in a room alone with these girls or one girl.
Yeah.
Always have somebody with you, because it could be that one girl that just wants to get her name out there.
Yeah.
And it's just going to put you on blast. And
so that's nuts.
so not saying like a lot of these things are not true. Like a lot of women, on the Me Too movement, I'm sure a lot of it is real, because I've experienced some of the sexual or whatever, like towards me. But I guess it just depends on how far they went with it and how sensitive you are.
Gotcha. Yeah, I ain't with that, man. You got to sign up to have sex at this point.
So stupid.
We signing not to school. Can't tell nobody about this. But I like that you put that out there. But I'm staying kind of on women in business. What do you feel like in 2018 that means, like, or where it's at, just with women in business?
It is all about women. It's the new movement. Invest in women. Dave Dash says it all the time. Invest in women. My really good friend Mark Batson He understands that, if you invest in women, you'll be a lot more successful.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
Shy moment. I agree with that. I'm starting to hang out with more women anyway than even from men. You know what I mean? You're right. You're absolutely right. Keep going.
Women, having a group of women together, ourselves personally, like one woman personally, we can multitask like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like we can do so many things. Now imagine putting a whole group of women together and,
They fight though, but
who fights?
Women, all the women I done goddamn met.
Women fight.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? No, women,
women start hanging out too goddamn
long.
Nah, I'm speaking fucking women.
We're talking about, women that want to, boss up and do something.
Yeah, but
it is definitely the future. And any man.
They still nag and fight. Don't front.
The only thing they're about to do is fight you. All girls get together and fight you.
Hell no, it'd be like, yo, Sheila out here. All right.
Maybe, I'm sure there's some girls that do that still, and I've had that done to me. I'd rather not be a part of it.
I think it's part of women's human nature, man. But I don't know.
Girl, do you want to fight him or should
Nah, we'll
jump him at the same
we'll
time?
do that later. All right. So women are solid, unionized. Keep going. I believe in investing in women wholeheartedly because, from my perspective, I believe women have your back more. There's more loyalty, and they'll actually care about you. Versus all niggas just usually want to be the king of every fucking thing, and they're gonna burn you when it's a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope I never experienced that with this. Burning.
Nah, no, and I don't mean all men. I'm talking about a certain type of dude when I say that. And I'm talking about a certain type of dude when I say that.
No, I know what you're saying.
Dan is honestly a nice-hearted guy, and I'll say that on the record. And he has great energy.
He's
a
nice guy.
He loud as fuck, but he's a nice guy.
He's rowdy as fuck. Super rowdy. But yeah, no, invest in women because we really, we're good people.
Yeah.
We're smart. We're very smart, and we're strong.
Shy moment, that's true.
We can have
women are smarter than men. That's one thing that's true.
And we're strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we want to make great things happen, and I don't know, just invest in women. I think that's where it's going.
So why don't you start like a women's group?
A women's group?
Yeah, sort of like Adelante Mommy, but for your own, not. It ain't got to be for a certain demographic, for whoever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just empowerment, and organized.
I don't have a women's empowerment, but I am starting a business, and it's something that I will be sharing with you really soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely on empowering and motivating and mentoring. And you'll hear about it really, really soon.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Alien Nation. Where's Alien Nation and how is he doing?
Alien Nation? You mean AKA Sincerely Collins?
AKA Gotham City.
Gotham City, Sincerely Collins is doing really well.
Yeah. That song is fucking all over the place out here for sure.
Yeah, it's all over the radio. Collins specifically is working more with Tyler right now, Tyler Gill. And him and I,
the Boston Red Sox guy.
The Boston Red Tyler.
Don't he look like a Boston Red Sox player? Keep going.
I don't know. But yeah, Collins is working more with side by side with Tyler Gill. When I was in LA last year, Collins and I were always working more close together because we're in the same space. But he's doing great. I love that guy. I think he's one of the most talented artists that I have ever come across. And maybe, the first time I actually saw Collins was at the Lil Wayne concert, I think 4 years ago. Not knowing who he was. Had no idea who he was whatsoever. But I was working for The Beat and I saw Poker Face and I was like, yo, who is that guy? And not on some I have a crush shit. He just had this really dope aura. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
You worked for The Beat?
I worked for
What did you do?
I did some promotions. I also worked for 104.7. I also worked for Power 92.3 and did promotions and research. And yeah.
Gotcha. I thought about radio, but I feel a certain way about that.
Yeah. Not for me.
All right.
But yeah, he's a very talented guy, and you know, he puts a lot of grind and a lot of hard work into what he's doing, and he's just somebody to look up to because being in the industry and being a musician, it's so tough, you know, to consistently keep yourself motivated to want to keep doing it. And he's been doing it for so long, and to find that drive within himself over and over and over again is very powerful. But it also shows how much he believes in himself, and you know.
Yeah, shine on him, man. I fuck with him. He's dope. And are you looking to manage anybody else?
Oh God, I get this question all the time.
Well, yeah, it's a podcast.
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
I'm just fucking with you.
That's an old man, like an old man joke. But
okay. Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
Grandpa.
I'm just an asshole. You know, it was an asshole joke.
It's okay. I get that a lot, and to be honest, at the moment, I do not want to manage anybody else. Right now, that could change, but I am happy to answer questions, and which I do already, and help guide, you know, the artist and help brand manage them, whatever they need. But to manage an artist, it's going to take me a minute. It has to be the right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of
you
work.
cut out for it. And don't disrespect my jokes. No,
That's why you have that sour ass look on your face.
No, I was actually sitting there laughing in my head because I was like, that was an old man joke. Anyways, all right. So pretty much that's not your focus right now for the most part. Okay. Anything else that you're interested in, like business wise, or you know, something that you want to jump into and get involved in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting my own business.
Oh, you talked to us about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, give us what you can, I guess.
Well, so it all started when I was in LA, you know, just doing my management, you know, trying to figure out the music industry, and just kind of getting to know everybody, and just, you know, making a name for yourself, and just like jumping into the whole hustle, and realizing that, I'm moving up and I'm meeting the right people, but I'm not making any fucking money.
Yeah, where's my cheese?
Where's my cheese? Like, it's not fun for me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun for a minute. It was exciting, but then I was like, I need some money. Like, where's my money at?
Yeah.
You know,
and LA is expensive.
It's very expensive.
I need double my money.
Yeah, it's expensive. So, and then working for a lot of men, you know, which is great. I didn't mind it. I just, I didn't want to work for people anymore. I didn't want to be this, oh my gosh, I want to be with like you, and will you help me? And like, you know, I didn't like the way that felt, and I didn't like the whole, oh, you want this? Yeah. You got to do this. I didn't like that shit. Growing up the way I grew up and just being super independent, it didn't sit well with me. Yeah. I'm not going to fuck you. Like, I'm not going to do these things like a lot of the other woman did, you know, and no disrespect to them. You know, no disrespect to them, but I felt like I was a lot more than that, and I was worthy of so much more. Like, I was smart. Like, a lot of times I'd be in meetings with these executives, and before they could finish their sentence, I already had the answer. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was on their level, but I just didn't have that confidence yet. And then when I was sitting in and constantly listening, and I finally figured out that, you know what I mean? I am just as smart as you. Yeah. No, you're an executive. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what feeling you give me? Give me like that. Like you said, you feel like you're in a job interview when I ask you. I feel like I'm in a job interview, but luckily I'm the one asking the questions. But you like that executive that look good, and you sit there and try to keep your composure. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, so I'll be able to finesse my way through it. But niggas, you know what I mean? You seem like you do the interviewing. Like, that's the feeling you give me. That's so crazy because shut up, Dan.
Yeah.
So to go back to that real quick though, it's funny because I've been hearing that a lot more, that
kind of intimidating a little bit. Like,
that's what me too. Like, why am I having such a hard time dating? And like, a lot of my guy friends have all said, it's because you're intimidating.
Scaring the shit out these niggas.
But that makes me kind of like, am I a dude? Like, why am I so intimidated?
No, it's not that. You know? Like, it's I think you don't like take no shit, but on top of that, you kind of look like you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people who don't take no shit got a soft face, and you like pretty, but you got like that I ain't fucking around type of look. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so yeah, maybe. Now I'm gonna fuck you up, but
not me, but you got the look.
You're right, and you know what? And I think I've conditioned myself to be that way because I've worked around men so much in the industry that if I came in all soft and like cute and like flirty, No one's gonna fucking take you serious. I mean,
Sure.
no one's gonna take me serious. So, I had to bring myself up a couple of notches, levels.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I come off intimidating. But I guess I'm intimidating to men that are not. They don't have their shit together.
Not true. Not true at all. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
You know?
Because I mean, I'm not intimidated, but I could see like
I don't think you're intimidated because we're not trying to date.
But even from just having conversation, like like I said, a job interview. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like if I was sitting and you were asking me like, oh, talk to me about this employment history. Like I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would be able to do it, but I would be a little like, oh shit, like. It's just a weird balance, especially with the looks. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to deal with a woman like that when she's unattractive. Because it's like, okay, I'm prepared for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. But
my bad.
All right, so we've been waiting a little long, but talk to us about some of your and this can be about life, this can be about business, relationship, whatever. Talk to us about some of your long-term goals and short-term goals. Actually, before we ask that question, I'm gonna give you this question just because I like to put people on the spot. And Dan G is in the house, and I want you to leave him off the list. Okay. Who's your? No, I'm joking. I'm just talking shit. Who's your top 5 Arizona hip hop right now?
Does it have to be hip hop or just top 5?
Top 5. That's fine.
Sincerely Collins. This R&B singer named Calvin Jarvis from Tucson, Arizona.
Shout out. I want to hear him.
Super fire. Dan G.
Because he in the room?
No, not because he's in the room, but for real, Dan G's got this. He's got this killer energy, and for me,
shine moment to do.
Like musicians, being a musician is one thing, but to keep me interested is another. You have to have some sort of a energy or a spark. Like Dan G, like when I go watch him perform, like I jump, like I want to jump around.
Especially when Renegades come on.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so you want to jump around. Yeah. And like Sincerely Collins, when he's performing, he just fucking draws you in. Mm-hmm. You're just like, oh shit. Like he brings you right into that story. And then Calvin Jarvis, like the way he sings and the vibrato and like the passion, and you guys, you just have to listen to them. They're just amazing. Yeah. Okay. So how many more do I got? 2 more?
Yeah.
J-Rob, the Chief.
Sorry, mommy, shout out.
And IROC son,
Markel Del One. Yeah, Markel Del.
That kid is crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He is fucking crazy.
Yeah, and he know how to engineer all type of shit.
Yeah.
He just nigga trying to make beats.
Yes.
But okay, all right. So now give us your short-term, long-term goals for yourself.
My short-term goals right now is just kind of, just keep stacking up that money and just making sure all the bills are paid and making sure making sure that I'm good, living wise, living space, and just staying out in Arizona and doing the things that I don't really want to do, like working odd jobs just to make sure I always have that money for my long-term goal, which is starting my business. Mm-hmm. Because this business that I'm starting, I have so much faith in it that I'm going to invest every ounce that I have in me. Even that's why I left LA and came here, because I really just want to focus on this business, because once it's out there, I know it's going to be something major. I already have it. I already know. I can see the vision. Shine moment.
Yeah, you're a fucking go-getter. You're a visionary.
Yeah.
You seem like the type of person, like just being that type of straight shooter and equipped with this sort of like mindset and skills and fucking experience, clearly, that you have. You should be able to take the shit to the top. So, I mean, keep grinding, stay on, and
even though we were all messed up in the beginning of the
it's all good. It's gonna be fun, man. It's Pod Sun Radio. This is not your mama's podcast. We get down in this motherfucker, so it ain't no thing, man. Pod Sun Radio episode 77. Everybody have a beautiful night.